Hi, welcome. My name is John Kennedy Akotia. I welcome you to my channel. And this morning, I'm beginning a new series of videos on the subject of the pursuit of purpose. The pursuit of purpose. And purpose is a very important subject in our lives. And you can't go far in life without the purpose, knowing your purpose and discovering your purpose for life. There are many who go through life without ever discovering their purpose, only to end up anywhere in life. Because there is a saying that if you don't know where you are going, every route can lead you there because you don't know where you are going in the first place. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos and teach you on this subject thoroughly. But this morning, I want to begin by looking at the dangers of not knowing your purpose. I'll do an exclusive video on how to discover your purpose in life. But in this particular video, I'm going to show you the dangers of not knowing your purpose. And I'm going to show you just 3 of them. There are many dangers. There are many things that can happen as a result of not knowing your purpose in life. But in this video, I'm going to show you 3. The first one is abuse. When you don't know your purpose, abuse becomes inevitable. Where purpose is not known, abuse becomes inevitable. And I'm quickly showing you 3 areas that you can have abuse. Number 1, you can abuse your life if you don't know your purpose for being. Somebody will ask, how do I do that? How do I abuse my own life? Because from the word, we only know that we get abused by other people. But the truth is, you can abuse. Abuse is simply an abnormal use of something. For instance, when something is meant or intended for a particular use and you use it for a wrong use or a wrong purpose, it is an abuse. That is why we call abuse of drugs, drug abuse, because we are using them for what they are not intended for or unprescribed or unauthorized. So that is an abuse. Now, how do I abuse my life for not knowing my purpose? Let me give you an example. Let's assume you were born and destined to become great in life. An example is maybe you were destined to become the president, the next president, maybe at the age of 40. And now you are a growing kid and then a teenager, adventurous, and then you didn't know that you are destined to become a president at a point in your life. So things get rough in your life and then you fall into bad company and then your peers begin to influence you negatively. Now, if you don't know your purpose, that you have a future of greatness, of becoming a president, you can be carried away. Let's say you fall into bad company, you become an armed robber, etc. But if you had discovered your purpose earlier enough and knew that you were going to be a president at a certain point in your life, definitely it will be a guard against joining bad company and being influenced. So that's what I mean by you can abuse your life for using it for the wrong purpose. We see many young people use their life for the things that they didn't plan for and things that later on in life will go against them. So that is an abuse. It becomes a danger of not knowing your purpose in life. And then the next area of abuse is your time. If you don't know your purpose, you can use your time for anything and everything. But if you discover your purpose, you will channel all your time into doing the things that will help you achieve that purpose. If you need to study, you will focus your time on studying. If you need to develop a particular line of skills, you will use your time effectively and judiciously to invest in things that can help you or drive you towards achieving that purpose. So one danger of not knowing your purpose is abuse of your time. And then the third area of abuse is your resources. You know, the little economics we studied, we were told that we have scarce resources in the midst of unlimited needs and wants. Resources are always scarce, whether financial resources, material resources, etc. They are scarce. So if you know your purpose, all your resources will be channeled towards the fulfillment of that purpose. But if you don't know your purpose, then you stand the danger of abusing the resources you have. And then at the end of the day, you realize that you are left with nothing and your purpose is unfulfilled. So the first danger of not knowing your purpose is abuse, and abuse in the area of your life, your area of time, and the area of your resources. The second danger of not knowing your purpose is irrelevance. You become irrelevant in your season, in your time, in your generation. If you don't know your purpose, you will become irrelevant, because the only way you become relevant to society at any point in time is the value you create for that society. The only time you become relevant to somebody is the value you create for somebody. So you realize that if you don't add value to somebody, to a system, you become irrelevant to that system. Let's get back to our own lives. You come back to your home, your house, at a point in life, you look among your personal belongings, and then you see that, oh, this dress, I don't need it any longer, I don't wear it any longer. Because it doesn't provide value, you can discard it and dispose of it easily. In the same way, society also, if you don't discover your purpose, every one of us was created to fill a need in our society. Every one of us was created to solve a particular societal problem. Every one of us was created to bring a solution to a certain societal problem. So if you don't discover your purpose, you are not going to fill that need you were created and destined and gifted to fill. And therefore, you are going to be irrelevant to society. So it's very, very important to discover your purpose, develop that purpose, deploy that purpose to become relevant to society, to create high value for society, so that your life can become relevant, so that if you are not there, the vacuum will be created, because the problem you are solving, nobody will solve that problem, and then it will be clearly evident that there is a vacuum in that place. But if you don't discover your purpose, and then you don't feel that need, and you don't feel and bring solutions to that problem, you are not going to be relevant in your season, in your time, in your society, in your generation. There are people who complain that nobody regards them, nobody consults them, everybody looks down upon them. But come to think of it, if you create value, you don't need to appeal to anybody for them to value you in life, because your value will make you relevant to society. The problems you solve determines your relevance to society. So get it, discover your purpose, and don't become a victim, and then don't let any of these dangers of not knowing your purpose affect you. The third danger of not knowing your purpose is what I call you become another person's subject. For instance, there is a saying that if you don't know your purpose, you become part of another person's purpose. If you don't get to know your own purpose, you don't get to discover your own purpose, somebody else will use you to fulfill their own purpose. So it becomes a danger to you. It means you have left your own purpose and you become part of another person's purpose. I just told you that you need to discover your purpose to become relevant. So here, what you are doing actually is you are helping somebody fulfill their purpose and become relevant to their generation and to their society. So if you don't discover your purpose, the third danger is you will become part of another man's purpose. And now what happens is you become a duplicate and not an original. That is one danger. If you don't discover your purpose, you become a duplicate and not an original. Here we are referring to that statement I made. If you don't discover your purpose, somebody will hire you to help them fulfill their purpose. In that case, you become duplicate of them and not an original. They may even be fulfilling a purpose that is similar to what you were called to do. In that case, maybe you have all the knowledge, you have all the skills and ideas, but you will remain a duplicate. The second thing is you become a shadow and not the image. If you help somebody to fulfill their purpose, or you don't discover your purpose and then you become part of another man's purpose, you can only become their shadow. You will never be an original image. And the third thing about it is you become an echo and not a voice. There is a difference between a voice, and when that voice is transmitted in an empty room, it produces echoes. Now, if you don't get to discover your own purpose, you stand the danger of becoming an echo instead of a voice. I pray that you will take cues out of these three dangers of not knowing your purpose. That's abuse, irrelevance, and then becoming part of other people's purposes. Thank you till I come your way next time with another video in the series. God bless you. Get to the channel, like the videos there, subscribe to the channel. We see you next time. God bless you.